5, 4, 3, 1, and you're up, kid.
And we are back once again on Number One Rated Business Show. Got another special guest in the house with me today. She is from a French company. Joining me right now, Miss Odette Shirley from Maison Jouvence.
Yeah, you said it right. You
That
said
is
it right.
an accomplishment from a young person from Alabama. Let me tell you.
Yes.
Good how job. You doing today?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much.
Now, I've been reading a lot about your company, and it's so amazing what you're doing, and some of the information I just found out, you know, us just sitting here talking, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil it for people and stuff like that because, you know, this industry of candles and it's just wellness and this type of stuff has just exploded over the last few years. But what you're doing is so amazing. So if you would tell us a little bit about Maison Jouvence. I had to test myself every time I say that.
You said it perfectly, Maison Jouvence. So a lot of people, because it's French. I'm French. So Maison is home in French, and Jouvence is youth. Youth in the sense that you take care of yourself. So you're healthy inside and out. So Maison Jouvence is where you come to find everything that you need to take care of yourself.
Wow.
Yes. So Maison Jouvence is a self-care company focused on natural products, organic, vegan, no chemicals whatsoever, which is very much needed today in today's world because we just came out of the pandemic. And you mentioned that the candle self-care exploded during the pandemic because people were home. And then they realized, oh my gosh, when is the last time I took a nap? When is the last time I took care of myself? So coming out of that, a lot of people really dove into taking care of themselves. And I think that's the reason why a lot of them want to stay home to work. But yeah.
No, this candle industry has become big because it's like you go to you know, places like Bed Bath and Beyond, and they charging $25 for a candle. I'm like, child, please, y'all go somewhere. I didn't grow up like that because, you know, we had them long stem candles and this type of stuff. But the amazing thing that you were telling me about is how dangerous that is. I had no idea this was a health risk using those type of candles.
Absolutely.
And a lot of these candles that you buy and still to this day over the counter is such a health risk to you.
Absolutely. To this day, as we speak, do you have candles out there? You have big companies that make candles, and they have to, you know, their bottom line, they want to make more profit. So the more chemicals you add to the product, the more profit you can make because the chemicals are very cheap. So a company like mine, who actually does 100% natural, organic, vegan products, it's costly, you know. But again, you know, that's the integrity of it. You want to stay true to yourself, and you know, the whole goal is to ensure that people are healthy.
Wow.
Right.
Now, tell me this, because you know most people look at a candle and just assume it's a bunch of wax. And then a stem coming out of it, you might throw some perfume in there to make it smell good. But what actually is it, you know, that goes into creating these candles and this type of stuff?
It's a great question that you're asking because a lot of people think it's a wax of this, but you know, making a candle, anybody that actually saw me, watch me work, they're like, oh wow, this is like a scientist lab. It is. It looks like that because everything is measured. If you don't measure properly, it's not good. It can actually be a safety hazard. So everything is measured. You said something about the wax. Wax is very important. What kind of wax is that candle made of? Maison Jouvence wax is made of apricot cream and a mix of coconut and a little bit of shea because it's skin safe. And to me, if you can't use it on your skin or stuff, you know, it's not good, then you don't need to use it. So talking about the chemicals, they add a lot of chemicals. I mean, if people only knew what type of chemicals were in there, they would just throw away everything they have. And a lot of people that I encounter, when I explain to them what exactly goes in, they're pretty much petrified. You know, you might as well take rat poison and drink it. That's how it is. Yes.
Now, because that's amazing because, you know, the whole time, a lot of people are not thinking about, yes, it smells good, but these smells is getting ingested into my lungs and I'm breathing this type of stuff. Now, tell us a little bit about the story that you were telling me earlier And what happened to your friend, unfortunately?
Absolutely. So this is the reason why I got into making a healthy candle, what I call a healthy candle. A good friend of mine, my best friend at the time, we were, thick as Steve. We go everywhere together, and so the love of candles came from there. We would buy candles, like with
Okay.
candles everywhere. If you come in my house, there's candles everywhere, and name it, we bought it. Wherever we went, if there was a candle, we buy it. We didn't care about, what the ingredient were. We didn't care about anything, so we just buy it. So. And she got diagnosed with cancer. And when she got diagnosed with cancer, it was
Wow.
very quick. Her lungs were those of an aged smoker, but she never smoked in her life.
Wow.
And later on, the doctor told us it was inhaling chemicals, inhaling those carcinogen that come from candles. And yeah, it was a wake up call for me, for everybody that knew her, everybody that was around. So I stopped getting those candles, and I wanted to make a candle that was healthy for me. And that's how I started. I got into the candles. And when the pandemic hit, coming from a 20-year career in the airline, well, I was home and I was making my candles, and people knew I make candles. So they're like, can you make me a candle? Can you
Wow.
make me a candle? So one candle became 5, became 10, became 100. And next thing you know, Maison Jouvence was born.
Now you said you're originally from France.
I was raised in France.
That's a story within itself.
I'm originally from West Africa, the Ivory Coast, which is also a French-speaking country.
Okay.
But I was raised in France from the time I was 3 years old.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what was it like growing up in France?
I never knew it was a big deal until I came here.
Okay.
People were like, oh, you French? Oh, wow, Paris. Like, I was like, okay, it's just, I mean, it's a
You
beautiful
like
country.
somebody from somewhere else. Trust me, I didn't know it was a big deal to come from Alabama.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a big deal.
So,
I didn't know it was a big deal until I got here. And I was like, oh, it is a big deal. So when I went back, when I go to visit now, I'm like, oh, it's a big deal to be in Paris. So now you got the pictures. But before, who cared about the Eiffel Tower? We grew up like that. So it's just, not a big deal. But it's beautiful.
How has that shaped your experiences, and especially, you being in this business of
Mhm.
wellness and starting this, business with all these different products and from candles to, garments and robes and this type of thing. How has that because France is known as like the fashion capital, and
Yes.
Paris, all this that we talk about, romance and all this type of stuff. How has that shaped you in your business?
It really had a great impact on the way I actually view scents, because I blend my own scents. So I have the tendency of elevation. I like elevated scent. I don't like the crappy. Someone said, you do cinnamon? Yeah, but my cinnamon's gonna be elevated.
All right.
So it's sophisticated. Like Paris is all about sophistication. It's about looking nice, about smelling extremely good.
Okay.
So that actually reflects in my products.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, it's not just candles in your line of products. What are some of the other things that you actually offer?
Well, candles are candles are where we started, but we also have tea, organic tea, and the teas that I have, that to me, I like when if you have a product, you might as well do something.
Okay.
So I have tea that actually clear your skin. I have tea for digestion.
Wow.
I have tea, and it's good. So one thing about me, it has to look good. It has to taste good. It has to feel good. And so the tea, serve another purpose beside being teas. And the robes are eco-friendly cotton, 100% cotton.
Okay.
And it's the inside is terry cloth, and the outside is terry velour. So you can actually come out the shower or the pool and put the robe on, and you will feel you won't even need a towel.
Wow.
It's very absorbent, very soft, and everything you need.
But the key word you said is organic.
Yes, organic
now
cotton.
What's the difference when you start talking about garments with organics versus some of the other stuff?
It is the way it is, because cotton is the way it's planted, the products that's used. It's like like you go to the market and you say, oh, I want to, what they call, if you buy like a regular tomato versus a tomato that was organically grown. Yes, exactly. So it's my source product, like my ingredients, very particular about my ingredients, about what I use. I only use premium ingredients, because I have to make sure the source is organic, is safe. There's no chemicals, and those things. So of course it's, it's like they're saying in French, haut de gamme, means like up there. So and I stand by my products. This
Okay.
is stuff I use. So if I want it to be extremely good for me, for my household. And so if I use it in my house, trust me, you can use it in your house.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how can people actually get your products? Like, is it a website? Are you in stores? How do people connect with you?
Yeah, all of the above. So Maison Jouvence is in store, uh, Toco Hills Shopping Center,
Okay.
North Druids area. It's in the Kinabella store. So Maison Jouvence partnered with another luxury loungewear brand
Okay.
where we have our candles, and you can find it in online.
Okay.
MaisonJouvence.com, and you can also see us on Instagram or Facebook at Maison Jouvence.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me this, because so many people, you got so many young entrepreneurs that aspiring to, get in the stores and this type of stuff.
Mhm.
What is that process like?
To get in the store,
Mm-hmm.
I would say, having a brick and mortar, I don't want people thinking, oh, you just get a business and you get a brick and mortar, and it's not an easy task.
No, it is
You
not.
have to do your homework. You have to have the first thing, you have to have a good product. Okay, you have to have a good product, and then like for my first brick and mortar, it's a collaboration.
Okay.
So I think people should look into collaboration, and then after that, like maybe in a few years, then you can get your own. But collaboration to me is a way to go when you first start.
Wow.
So finding another business that complement yours, it's a great way to go. It's about relationship, partnership, network, show up, and if I'm a candle brand, I'm not gonna go with the tire. So
no.
you kind of like choose things like kind of like complement each other. Yeah.
Wow.
Products that complement.
Now, how did you go from working in the airport and in that whole industry to being your own entrepreneur, dealing in health and wellness?
Right.
Building these special candles and all these organic clothing. What's the story there?
Yeah, the story, like I said earlier, is the pandemic. Everybody can relate. The pandemic really made us all sit down for a little bit and think about ourselves. So for 20 years, I was in the airline industry, and I was an executive. So I wasn't really thinking about entrepreneurship. I was traveling a lot. I was managing large operations.
Okay.
Closing contracts here and traveling. And so when the pandemic happened, it really, because I was one of those executives that was always gone, always traveling, and there were times when I woke up in the hotel and I didn't know where I was.
Okay.
I didn't know where I was. I had to look at my ticket to say, oh, okay, I'm in DC or I'm in wherever I was.
Wow.
So self-care was not really the forefront of my journey or my day to day.
Okay.
So when during the pandemic, when the traveling industry tanked, I lost my job, and I actually myself let go a lot of people. And when it was my turn, I was like, okay. So I got home. The first thing I did, I took a nap. When I took a nap, and I was like, okay, so what now? Now what? And when people started ordering candles, I was like, you know what? I want to remind busy people. I want to remind entrepreneurs, executive, everybody that, you need to take time for yourself. You need to stop. And I've been more productive in the past 2-3 years than I have in the past 20 years.
Wow.
And I think that I actually got younger. I got younger, like 5 years. I mean,
well, you look young.
Thank you.
Must be the candles.
Yeah, exactly. It must be the candle. It is the candles. So it's like, you have to take time for yourself. You have to take time to breathe, because when you take time to rejuvenate, to relax, you're actually more productive, because you come back full, and then you come back relaxed, and you can actually make better decisions.
Oh yeah.
So the candles and what I do is basically a vehicle for this message, to let people know that take time for you. Trust me. Whatever you're doing is still going to be there.
No, that's so important, because I found, back when I was younger
Mhm.
and trying to climb that ladder and
Mhm.
of success and all this. I used to work these 18-hour
Yeah.
days and I didn't have time for my family and
Yeah.
all this other type of stuff. And it's like you think this is changing something for you. And then you finally get a chance to kind of relax
Mhm.
and kind of reset and you
Mhm.
realize I ain't really have to do all that.
No,
You
do
know what I'm
not.
saying? I can
Mhm.
work a normal 8-hour day and have time
Abs-
with my family and this type of stuff and still get to the same,
This-
level of success.
Absolutely.
So no, that's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Now you also got an event coming up pretty soon.
Yes. We are having an event at the store, at the Kinabella store in Toko Hills Shopping Center. It is a luxury shopping event. So
Wow.
what we wanted to do, the holidays are coming. We want to give people, time. Come get first dib and everything that's there, and then shop to your heart content. So there's gonna be a sip and shop. It's gonna be all the good stuff,
All right.
wine, whatever you like to
Say
drink.
bring your credit card.
Bring your drink and bring your credit card. But the thing is, you bring your credit card. I reassure you that you're gonna get some good products.
Okay.
You're gonna get things that you can use around your pets, around your home. That's healthy for you, and that's at the end of the day, that's what matters.
What's some of your top selling items?
Oh my gosh, the candles are amazing. A lot of people ask me, what are your top sellers? Candles. I have mugs, the robes.
What is up with this explosion of candles? Because it's like just out of nowhere, like candles became the most just thing to have because it's like the price of them have gone up. I was out in Avalon doing some shopping the other day. I saw a candle in there for like $125. I'm like, what?
Yeah, because the ingredients is like you look at the candle, like look at what's inside the candle, like what kind of like that particular candle. It's elevation. I tell you, if you smell my candles, you'd be like,
wow,
okay. I have people that
I'm waiting on my candle. I ain't see it.
I have people that they're like, why is this candle? And then they tell me like, oh wow, it's an experience.
Okay.
It's an experience.
Wow.
So and another thing too, you said like why is it that candle exploded? Do you know that you can actually candle helps with depression?
Wow.
Okay. Candle is actually also a good memory. It helps with memory. Like I just actually posted today on my Instagram, like for instance, at your dining table, the holidays are coming, you have candles. If you light candles along with the food and all that stuff, but the candle jog your memory. So that particular candle that you light at that very moment, and then you have creating all those memories with your family. And then let's say 2 months, 3 months later, you light that same candle, it's going to take you right back to that time.
Okay. I get you.
Yeah.
Because now I've worked with several different type of kind of marketing career and this type of stuff. And I had one that we did scent marketing.
Yeah. Right.
And like even places like Disney, they connect that whole experience, the visual part, and this type of stuff with the scent of being there. And then that when you smell that fragrance, it just reminds you of that. That's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it takes you there.
Okay. But because I'm a guy, so at the end of the day, I thought it's just a candle. It's over there flickering. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no big deal. But now I've gained a whole new respect for candles. Today.
You'll be surprised. My best sellers are my Mandels.
Really?
My Mandels, which is the way Mandels are like the man candle for men, because a lot of time men come, so can I help you? No, I'm with my wife, And then like when they hear candles, they're like, But then since I changed it to Mandels, sold out. Wow. My Mandels, when we opened the store, sold out in 3 days.
So these are more manly scents.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And women love it. They love it for that man. Men love it. Women love it.
For men, because I went to the store the other day. Y'all think we want to smell like stone and wood? Like
seriously. No. I will actually
here.
I take this opportunity to extend an invitation to you. Stop by the store and smell the Mandels.
All right.
I mean, it's an experience. You have to experience it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, just for everybody watching, if people want to support you, if they want to get some of these beautiful items that you're selling, how can people get in contact with you?
They can online. Okay. There's a chat box where they can send a message, or they can DM the Maison Jouvence.
Now you're gonna have to spell that for our audience now. So
Maison MAISON JOUVENCE.
All right.
Maison Jouvence. Just Google translation.
We'll put a link in the description
yes,
so please. Click on it, so don't worry about it.
And one thing I tell people, a good thing about not only you get healthy candles and you get healthy products and but you learn some French words because most of my candles are in French. So it's like, what is that? Like crème de cassis. Like, what is that? Then
right.
I have that conversation and there you go. You learn the word.
Wow. So what do you hope to see next for Maison Jouvence?
Oh my gosh, Maison Jouvence is, to me, Maison Jouvence, like they say, it's a whole mood. Okay. Coming up, there's some great things in store for Maison Jouvence. The goal is for people to know that when you think of gifts, when you think, I work with real estate agents. I work with companies that actually do yearly gift to their employees or the customer, the clients. I want them to think Maison Jouvence, because who does not want to give a gift of wellness?
Okay.
And then encourage your employees, encourage your friends, encourage, your loved ones to take a moment for themselves and relax.
Wow.
Relax and come back stronger to me.
No, you said real estate agent. That's the perfect gift. I actually used to be a real estate agent for a while. So no, that's a perfect gift. Like every home you go into got my own personal scent.
Yeah.
Like, no, seriously.
And the reason when I started doing Maison Jouvence, the reason real estate was my first thing, because when I bought my home, the first gift I had was the closing gift from my real estate agent, and it was a candle. And I didn't have any furniture. I didn't have anything. And that candle was the candle. It wasn't as great as Maison Jouvence, but it was the candle. And I was like, yes, yeah, and it stuck with me. It's the first thing that you get, and that's the first thing you probably light in your home. And that's why my gift for real estate agents, it's a scent that's really, like I said, jog a memory. That's gonna always remember that first time, those first moment in their homes.
Wow. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Anybody wants to join this big sipping shop event that you got coming up this weekend?
Yes.
Once again, tell folks how they can find it and what times and all that type of stuff they need to know about.
Yes, it's Toco Hill Shopping Center, and the address is 3019 North Druid Hill. 3019 North Druid Hill. Toco Hill Shopping Center.
All right.
Yes.
And what time do they need to be there?
4 to 8. 4 to 8. 4 hours you got to shop and just stock on everything that you need for the holidays coming up.
All right. And for all my men out there, y'all need to go out there and check out the mandals.
Yes. Check out the mandals.
You one.
Yes.
I thought she was going to bring me one, but that's all right. Y'all doing me wrong today. It's okay. It's okay. But once again, thank you so much, the one and only Miss Odette Shirley, for coming in and telling us all about Maison Jouvence. If anybody wants to get in contact with you, once again, they want to do some shopping with you right now, just tell everybody real quick, one more time, how they can get in contact with you.
Online, www.maisonjouvence.com, on Instagram @maisonjouvence.com, on Facebook @maisonjouvence.com, or they can just hit me up. I'm Lady.O on Instagram as well.
That is brand cohesion for you right there. That's what I keep trying to teach y'all folks what y'all need to do. But once again, it has been another awesome episode of the Number One Rated Business Show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
To our guests today for coming in and telling us all about Maison Jouvence. I am so just floored by what you guys are doing over there. And I promise y'all, if y'all out in Toco Hills, y'all need to go check it out. And then somebody tell me what it's like.
Yes.
Because she didn't bring me no candle, but that's all right.
But you were invited. You're invited. Come on.
I would definitely try to do my best to get out there. But once again, thank y'all so much. It has been another episode of the Number One Rated Business Show, and we are out.